Good. You guys ready?
Go.
I'm ready.
Josh, with what we saw Saturday, penalties, turnovers, and all those things first game, how do you avoid that as a coach?
You've been working on that for a long time. Just because you see one game and see those things doesn't mean you're going to change what you've been doing. I do think for young players in particular, it allows them to see all the things that you've been preaching throughout training camp, how much those things matter and how much they affect the game. So, the day after the game, able to come in and talk about those things. At the end of the day, we got to go execute them and play the right way, play smart football.
Josh, how do you keep, there's so much buildup. This is the first game of the year. How do you kind of keep maybe some of those younger guys even keel when they run out of that tunnel, because there's going to be a lot of emotion in front of the crowd?
You tell them, it's going to be a special moment. I remember the first time I ran out, to a packed stadium, and you'll remember that the rest of your life. It's pretty special that we play at a place that's going to have that type of environment. Not a lot of those across the country. At the same time, you tell them that once you step between the white lines, it ain't no different. It's 11 on 11. And when we started this game week, we talked about that and said, at the end of the day, your preparation, your attention to detail is what's going to allow you to go out there and play the way that you're capable of. So they've been good up until this point, and putting a lot of energy into our game plans and understanding what they should be seeing on the other side of the football. We've still got another, close to 48 hours that we got to get prepared.
With a freshman like Dylan, or any true freshman, how exciting is it for you as a coach to see a guy take his first snaps in live action?
I think for one, every player inside of our program, you're excited. 9 months of work go into it. You want to see them go out and enjoy the opportunity to go play and play well. For your young players, guys that redshirt, for your true freshmen, it's a great opportunity to go out there and play football. They've invested a bunch. They won't play perfectly. We can be perfect in the way we attack the play, meaning it's how hard we play from snap to whistle. We can be perfect in that. We won't be perfect in technique, but excited to go find out where they're at, and I think at this point, you get through training camp, all the offseason that you've done, it's time to go play an opponent, learn from it, and continue to grow.
Coming from a quarterback, how valuable is the continuity that you guys have on the offensive line?
I think it's critical. The veteran guys that we have out wide at wide receiver will pay big dividends for the quarterback. Tight end, offensive line, running back, has the ability, if they play at the level that they need to and are capable of, to keep the quarterback in positive situations. And that was a challenge, when we named a starter, when I was talking to the football team. Doesn't matter who the guy is, all three phases, playing as good as they can to help that one guy stay in positive situations. The 10 other guys on the offensive unit, not doing anything extraordinary, but just doing the ordinary at a really high level, which we're capable of. It's important that we do that Thursday night.
How would you grade just this preparation week, how it's gone, at least with everything you've seen this preparation?
I am. As a coach, you're never perfectly happy, right? There's always ways that you want to continue to grow, and you want your kids to understand better of what they need to be doing. I thought through the course of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, heavy work days for us today, being a walkthrough, our kids were into it mentally, and we're growing the right way towards kickoff.
Josh, do you have a set, maybe in your mind, a set number of plays or drives you want to see Dylan get an opportunity with in the first half?
You never know how the game unfolds, right? We have a pretty good idea when we want to get him in and get him his first action. But the ebb and flow of the game will dictate that.
Josh, I'm new. This might be a dumb question for everybody.
No dumb questions here.
I know the goal's 1-0, but how much does resume come into it after 1-0? Are you going to be thinking? Is that even a thought process for you with this program?
Nah, right. A year ago we took it 1 week at a time. We're going to do that again this year. Our goal is to be the best football team on the field each and every Saturday. That is our goal, and if you do that, then things will take care of itself. It's important in this one that we go out and play the way that we're capable of with our vets. Some of the young guys are going to get meaningful snaps, you know what I mean, and see them play at the way that they're capable of, so it's purely about finding a way to win this game.
Obviously, you're so laser focused on this game and this program, but maybe in your downtime and around the city, do you get a sense of the excitement that's leading up to this game?
I haven't been around the town or the city much here in the past 5 weeks, but I think there's great excitement and energy surrounding this football program, this university. Year-round, absolutely, you can sense that there's excitement. It's donors who are here, or people on campus. It's around town. Can't wait to see the flags flying around on people's cars here as we get closer to kickoff. Tailgating, all that's going to take place. It's a great opportunity to kick off the season here at home, and players are excited. Coaches are too.
Is there anything that concerns you when you look at Florida A&M? Is there anything that maybe stands out to you that you pay attention to? Maybe
I think in week one, you're so worried about controlling you in particular. It's true every single week, but it certainly is in week one. Playing assignments sound, no pre-snap penalties, taking care of the football, playing extremely hard from snap to whistle. I think in week one, it's so much different than any other week of the year. They've had 9 months to change who they are. You don't know everything about all of their personnel that's going to be there on Saturday night. Schematically, how are they different? Your kids having the opportunity and understanding that they're going to have to change maybe what they've seen on tape versus what they're actually going to see. Being able to adjust quickly, not just after a drive, but during the course of a drive is something that's really important in week one.
Do you sleep well? Do you sleep well before the night of the game?
I have no problem sleeping any night of the year. I don't. I put my head on the pillow and I'm probably out in 30 seconds. It's just kind of who it is. For me, invest everything that I possibly can every day. At the end of the day, you're tired. Put your head down on the pillow and get back up and do it all over again. That's kind of what we talk about with our players too. I think everybody's going to be excited about week one, and when you wake up that morning, be ready to go play. You just got to wait a little bit longer than you want to.
Josh, what do you remember about your first time? You talked about your first start. I mean, what was going through your mind the night before that when you were getting prepared for that?
Truly, you're just going through your tips and reminders. You're looking over maybe your quarterback test and trying to play the game out, and what checks you're going to make and how you're going to have to control the game and understanding situational football. And if you invest the right way during the course of the week, not that you're not nervous, because I think nervous energy a little bit, or butterflies, whatever you want to call it, all that to me really means is that you really care, you're passionate, and you've invested a whole lot into it. I don't think that's a bad thing, but at the same time, you're pretty confident in what you're doing, and I think our quarterbacks will be that way by the time we get to kickoff. I think our football team will as well.
With your investment as year two as a head coach, how is handling the hype and everything outside? How does that change from year to year? There's
been noise outside of our program since the day I got here. Don't want it to ever be any different. We want that on a national stage. We want high expectations from the outside. They'll never be higher than our own expectations inside of our program, inside of our building. I think it's important, and we talk about it, and I think our players have done a pretty good job throughout my tenure here of focusing on what really matters. The outside noise, media, your family, your girlfriend, whoever, they're going to talk about the previous week, or the previous season. At the end of the day, as competitors, you're only as good as your next performance. Focus on preparing for that, and things will take care of themselves.
Last one. Do you guys have a plan for McKenzie? Is he going to maybe be on the sideline?
We do have a plan for McKenzie. Yes. Okay.
How many questions are on the quarterback test? Is
Is
it like a 50-question test they go through? I'm just thinking of me taking a test.
It's not a multiple choice.
Okay.
It's not a multiple choice test. It's all game related.
You can't fake it.
It's game related. No. And the QB test isn't the test, man. The test is 7:30 on Thursday night. But it is about preparing and clearing their minds, and so they don't have to worry about anything. They understand what we're trying to do.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, guys.